Hey, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the Hardcore Podcast. This is episode 79, and I'm your host, Christopher Norwood.
And I'm your host, Robert Melton. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Well, the usual.
Yeah?
Yep.
Hold
Just
on.
podcasting with my buddy here.
Podcasting with your buddy, wrestling, hanging out with cats, hanging out with your girlfriend, playing games. Did I nail it?
You forgot
Playing
working.
some games.
You forgot working.
Did I say playing some games? And
You
work.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's not talk about work.
Disgusting.
Yeah, boring. I'm on my 6-day break. I don't want to think about it.
Ooh, true.
I don't want to think about it.
Frick work, man.
Yeah.
Frick it right in the A. But yes, you nailed it. I gotta say.
Hell yeah. Do
What
me.
are you
Do me.
fucking? What are they called? A
Psychic?
oracle?
Yes.
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 Yeah, psychic too. All right, you have been the W word
Getting dubs?
at work.
Oh,
I
yeah,
said
yeah.
You've been gaming,
A little bit,
hanging out with your dog,
as always.
and Jill.
Nah, I gave her a break. I'm no fap right now.
Yeah, celibacy. It's a late November.
Yeah, exactly. Or an early. Depends how you look at it.
True.
It's gonna be a long year.
Oof. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Yeah, but no, you nailed it. That's about it. Not much has really changed there. Nothing new. I'll say
Pokemon
that.
cards?
Nothing new. No, I definitely give that a break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had some come in the mail the other day, but that was from like a week ago, and yeah, definitely taking a good break on that. Haven't really felt the urge, so that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Kicking the old addiction.
Yeah, I'm still posting some cards.
I thought
Like
you were
like story posts. Just like sets, new sets coming out and stuff like that. You'll see that from time to time on the old TCG account, but that's about it.
Are you going to TCGA?
TCGA. What would that stand for?
Trading Card Games Anonymous.
Yeah.
Kicking your addiction.
No, dude, it is. It's definitely an addiction.
I mean, it's just so many beautiful cards out there, man.
Dude, seriously. Yeah, the new set's coming out. Dude, they killing it with the art.
Trying to get those 10 out of 10s.
Trying. I got a lot of cards I do need to send in, though. But that aside, what have you been playing lately?
I will tell you right after this.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I went back to listening to Remember the Game.
Oh, did
It
you?
had been a while. Yeah.
Are you promoting a fucking podcast on our podcast?
Dude, it's a big influence, this podcast.
That's true.
We got to
It is.
give Adam all the promotion. He doesn't need it. He's
No.
doing fine, but yeah, Remember the Game. I listened to the
Yeah, what episode did you listen to?
what was that one? The JRPG Golden Sun.
Oh,
Yeah,
Golden Sun? Yeah.
I went ahead and listened to that one, and now I'm working on the Jack and Daxter episode.
Oh, yeah. I've
He
listened
did
to both of
earlier
those.
this year. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go straight into I think the next week he did the following week after the Jack and Daxter one, he did Arkham Asylum. Really enjoyed that game.
Yeah,
So
I listened to that one too, I believe.
I'm gonna go right into that.
Heck
But
yeah.
good stuff. I missed him. I missed old Adam Blank.
Yep, good
Missed his voice.
retro gaming podcast.
Yeah, I missed his sense of humor and just how witty he is.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I had that brain, but I don't.
Yeah,
Wish I had that tism, but I don't.
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, that man's a savant when
Indeed.
it comes to talking.
He's just
Weirdly,
got it, man. He just
does.
got that thing.
He does. He like stumbles over his words and like his voice cracks, but that man knows how to recover
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
100%.
Okay, so you're gonna tell us what games you've been playing.
Yes. I have been playing Furry Hitler. You know that one?
Yes. Original or sequel?
It's the first one. I just wanted to go back and replay it.
Oh, okay. Because the
Yeah.
third one's coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ready for it.
So you're going to play through the first and the sequel?
I probably played
Get ready?
500-ish hours of the second one. I've only
Damn.
put about 320 into the first. I really want to get a grasp on the first one first because the first one's story is so it's very complex in many ways.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a lot of things you can miss if you're not really paying attention.
It's true. It's complex, but also like nuanced.
Yeah,
No.
because
And deeper than you would think.
yeah,
And just for context, 500, 320 hours, like that sounds like a lot, but a game like this that's that big, you're just kind of scratching the surface.
yeah,
really.
we're talking like Persona 5.
Exactly.
Like there's a lot of characters, like
A lot of replayability.
and like when you go to that it's not quite a new game, it's like an after game almost. So like at the end, when depending on the morph that you take,
Mm-hmm.
it depends. Like, are you a scaly? Are you a furry? Are you something in between?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Personally, I chose to be an alpha wolf. So that was
okay.
the suit, or yeah, I suppose it's still a suit.
You give Alpha Wolf energy.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes a little Beta Wolf, but yeah. Alpha for the whole in
Right.
general. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went with the alpha wolf. That was the ladder I decided to climb in this playthrough. And when you're standing in that bunker and you take the cyanide pill, you die. And that's the history, man.
Oh,
Hitler kills himself.
Dude, you just mentioning that takes me back to the first time I played it during that scene. I'm actually kind of getting goosebumps thinking about it. Damn it. We were doing pretty good.
Fuck. We broke.
So we didn't play that, but I'm pretty sure that's a real game, right?
Furry Hitler is a real game
Okay.
on Steam. I'm pretty sure you could still buy it, but yes. We have neither of us played that game.
But
just to be real.
you've been playing Fury. I guess Fury?
Fury.
Yeah. It's Furi. And it's funny enough, we were talking about that game after the podcast last week, and lo and behold, you actually already had it.
It was already in my Steam library, I guess, from a Humble Bundle from back in the day. And you gave me some influence because you knew it was like kind of one of those boss rush games.
Yeah. I know it's
Yeah.
just pretty much like strictly boss fights.
That's literally all it is.
Yeah.
I got to the second boss, lost a couple times and dropped it. I was like, nah. It just wasn't fun, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. The mechanics are kind of, I don't know. They're not too bad, really, when you start to learn them, but it's very, very punishing, and it just didn't feel fun.
Yeah. No, I
It wasn't like in a fun way.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls, there's like, it's punishing, but you know kind of how you fuck up. And I guess you do in this game know how you fuck up, but it's like, I don't know. It's very strange. It's hard to describe,
It's like
really.
Dark Souls is like a rewarding fun, but I mean, it's also just badass when you like really kind of take in the monster or person that you're like battling, the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time they just look so badass and then their attacks are so cool. So it's frustrating, but it's like, damn, that was sweet.
Yeah. And I mean, you get like a sword and you have like this like laser that you shoot kind of. And I don't know. It just wasn't for me, I don't think.
That's fair. I mean, best part about that is you didn't have to pay a dime. You
Yeah.
already had it.
It's true.
So yeah, guess we can't complain too much.
Yeah, true. I did try another game. I can't even remember what the fuck it was called. It was like Spellcasters something. It was like a roguelite, I guess, technically. But you pretty much just start out as this spellcaster, and then you can like pick up a bunch of different moves, and then you go into this dungeon. You pretty much just repeat it until you get to like the next stage, but you always have like the same health.
Oh,
Like
okay.
say you end the first stage at like 30 health.
Mm-hmm.
You're going into the second stage at that health. And you can, depending on how much gold you collect, you can buy like a potion that'll heal you for a certain amount. It's usually about 40% of your health.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was kicking my ass. I didn't know if there was like another way to like do it easier, but I played it for a couple hours. But yeah, I was like, this isn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I think most roguelites are pretty punishing. Like they're known to be difficult games. I actually learned today that because sometimes I would stumble and say roguelike, but they're actually two different things.
Yeah, they're two different ones.
Yeah, so you have roguelikes, which it's rare when you have a roguelike game, like a purely roguelike game, but you have a ton of roguelite games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that's what the DLC for Ragnarok is.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much you're just kind of going through the level, getting your upgrade, you die, and then once you have that upgrade, you get further, and then you die, and then you get further and further and further until you beat it.
I actually watched a video today. The newest Lords of the Fallen had a big update come out.
Oh, really?
And it was like a 10-minute video just kind of going over everything that they've added in. But one of the things they added is they added in pretty much like a roguelite mode.
Oh.
So, yeah, if you played that or
it's interesting
you're on the fence.
For a Souls-like.
I know it's already like a difficult game.
Yeah.
Let's make it harder. But I mean, I guess some people do, who like, people.
They thrive
games like that
challenge.
are their like bread and butter, who can go through the game not dying. Those people are out there, I guess if they're looking for even more of a challenge, and they picked up Lords of the Fallen, they can now, get exactly that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And there's a bunch of other stuff that came with that update. And it's kind of cool because it's all free.
Oh, that's good.
But, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, all right, so Fury, you're playing that sorcerer game. You still playing the vampire?
Yeah, I still keep picking that up.
What is that one called? Vampire
Survivors.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fun-ass game. Yeah, I've been just going through it, unlocking all the characters and shit. They all have their own, like, starting weapon.
Have you beat that?
Technically, I have beat the final boss. But, like, once you go through there, there's, like, a prerequisite to things you got to do after you beat, or you have to beat the final boss to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unlock some of the characters. And there's some, like, OP characters, I guess. But leading up to the final boss, you unlock a thing called inverse mode, which like flips the map, all the maps, and it makes the enemies like 200% stronger.
Oh my god, new game plus.
Yeah, so that's a new challenge, and it's pretty fun. Still fun. So I mean, it gets easier, and then you have like these cursed items that you could pick up, which every level, you level it up, will increase the HP of an enemy by 5%. It will increase the amount of enemies by 5%, and shit like that, which is pretty cool. Which is rewarding in its own regard because it'll give you even more experience, so you'll level up faster and get stronger, kind of at the same pace.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got to be wary. Like you got to make sure you're outpacing the enemy, I guess, in terms of like killing them fast enough before they kill you. Because you can't take a lot of hits in that game before you die. So it's pretty fun.
Well, I am glad you're having fun with that.
Yeah.
That latest video you sent me, it I believe it's fun, but it didn't look fun.
That was like probably the last minute or two of the run. So it's like gets very chaotic. It's pretty much like you're sitting there until the time runs out and you win. So I was just so OP that all you seen were numbers flying. So
is that just like you're not even doing anything at that point?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I did. Speaking of all these indie games, I did finally start up an indie game myself.
So what was that indie game, Chris?
It's pretty big. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. I'm sure yourself you've heard of it. SpiritFarer. I think this is also a game for Ashley. If you're listening, look into SpiritFarer if this is going to sound interesting at all. But it was already on sale, and because I got it on the Switch. And I had enough of those like coins that you get with when you make purchases,
store
where
points.
it was like $5 off. So I got it for like under $3. So I was
shit.
like, why not? But SpiritFarer is very interesting. It's I would definitely classify it as a cozy game. It's very atmospheric. I keep hearing it's really sad, but you know I haven't put too many hours into it. But you play as Stella. A new Spiritfarer, and as a Spiritfarer, you are pretty much helping to guide lost souls to the afterlife. But in doing so, you have to kind of help them finish their last requests before they move on. And a lot of these people are, so far, the 3 spirits that I have on my boat, because that's kind of like, you know, where with Animal Crossing and like Harvest Moon, you have a farm or a village. Here you have a boat that you're kind of managing and stuff.
Oh.
So I have,
you're literally a fair. Okay.
Yeah. So I have 3 spirits so far, and my character like has some type of relationship with them. Like I met Gwen, who was like a deer, and they seem to have been friends. I met my uncle, Azul, who's like a frog. I met, I think her name is Summer. She's a snake, and I think she was like a teacher.
Wait, so are you human?
Yeah, you're human. So I'm guessing in this kind of spirit realm, they turn into animals. Maybe there's more to the story there. But again, I'm pretty early. But it's just kind of cool to see that relationship kind of flourish, and just like learn about them, their likes, their dislikes, because like the stuff they go into is actually like, you know, deeper than you would think with a game like this, with this kind of aesthetic. But again, you have the ship that you manage, so you're able to like build like a garden, a field, just a bunch of different things, and you have to manage how you kind of place this on your ship. And built in, there's like resources you find, you can craft, you can fish, again, garden, and then there's like mini games throughout a lot of that, like Summer, the snake, she wanted me to make a garden, so I started like growing these plants, and she was telling me how I can make them grow faster, and it's you like play them music, so that brings up kind of like a Guitar Hero-esque like mini game, and it's just very, you know, it's what you expect out of a cozy game. It's just really relaxing.
What is the like art style? What would you compare it to? Like Stardew?
No, because that's kind of like pixely. It's definitely, I know there's a bunch of games that are like similar. But it's a 2D kind of
It's like anime style?
Yeah. I'm sure a game will come to me before the episode ends. It is a beautiful game though. Gosh, it's got to be something.
God of War.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's like really 2D. But it's not like pixel art or anything like that. But it's not. One thing I do like about it is like Animal Crossing and like Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon. Like they're cozy, they're like relaxing, but still it can be a little grindy.
Oh yeah.
You know, having to get this stuff and like, all right, I woke up. All right, now I got to talk to everybody. Now I got to check all my trees. It's like a no pressure game.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it's like really relaxing. Music is very top notch. And I can already like find myself like really liking these characters. It sucks that I like already know what's going to happen.
Oh, you do?
Well, just with like, again, because I'm guiding them to the like afterlife.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so I know it's going to come to where it's like, goodbye.
Damn,
you're gonna have that really intimate moment with them. But yeah, no, for me getting that game for under $3, I feel like I'm really in the mood for a game like this. So, although tomorrow, the 26th, when Sandland comes out, I know I said that was probably going to be a day one purchase. I think I'm going to hold off a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah, because I kind of want to continue playing SpiritFarer.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I got it, I was talking with Matt, and this was a game that Sharon played. She loved. Matt said he really liked it, but he was the one telling me to hey, be prepared. It's a really sad game.
Oh shit.
So I'm here for it. I'm ready for a good cry.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, that's
Enjoying
awesome.
that.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, at least watch a trailer or something. But other than that, other than the things that you had named off, like hanging out with Remus, I did finish Shogun. That was like a Hulu. Well, I guess I think that was an effects show, but it was on Hulu, and that was like weekly episodes, and the final episode finally came out. And that was really good. I feel like people are like really like hyping it up.
I've only seen like people hyping it up.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it meets that hype.
Really?
Yeah.
People are saying it's like what Game of Thrones should have been.
And that's what I seen. And I was like, in what way?
Yeah.
Again, it's good story. I would give it and I don't know if this is biased just because I love like the whole samurai stuff, in that era. But I would give it like a really solid 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you say you like enjoyed Fallout more?
I guess as a whole, probably so. Yeah.
It's familiar territory also.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a hard comparison,
Yeah. It's like if a Skyrim show or like an Elder Scrolls show came out. Like, why the fuck haven't they done that yet? They did Fallout over that, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe before they started casting and like writing, I imagine they had some type of conversation about like, hey, what do we want to do here? Like, Elden Ring has always, it's not Elden Ring, Elder Scrolls like has always done well.
Yeah.
Like ESO has always done pretty damn well.
Oh yeah.
Fallout 76, 67, not so much. I know it did better versus when it first came out, but I feel like it was pretty smart. Like, have you seen like how many people have gotten into Fallout now?
Oh yeah. It's
like that's
better than when it's ever been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So strategically, I guess it makes sense.
Apparently it's pretty damn good now.
Oh, that's what I've heard, yeah.
Like compared to launch.
And today, the 25th, by the time...
It's already out.
Yeah, exactly. There's that, I guess, current gen or next gen update. Free update for Fallout 4.
Right before this, we started recording, I was reading about it. Apparently apparently the update is 16 gigs.
Uh-huh.
And unfortunately, we probably knew this was going to happen.
Damn.
Well,
I know what you're going to say.
I don't know if it's like really bad, but
Yeah.
people are saying that it's like game breaking in some capacities. Like, say if you have like a modded save, obviously it's probably going to fuck it up. There's a lot of shit that they put into 16 gigs.
Is this across the board, or is this like even for consoles and stuff?
I would. Well, I'm not entirely sure about that because I don't think consoles got. I don't know if they had mods to begin with at all. Maybe some paid mods if they had those.
I think it was, and I'm not 100% on this. So remember when Skyrim like Special Edition came out?
Yeah.
For the consoles, you were limited. Like you could go to the store and like download certain mods.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it's called like Bethesda Creations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have to buy them or just like there's some type of points that you can accumulate to then use them. But I think there's like a limited amount of mods that they can get, like on console.
Yeah.
I think.
It would make sense. I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense because obviously the more demanding the mod, it's gonna, bog the specs that you have on a console because they're static.
Yeah, yeah. So it would be
hard to upgrade your system when it's or pre-built.
yeah, yeah. The mods would have to be pretty limited. But yeah, no. Gosh, because I was really wanting to play that again in the background, but on like a PS5. Yeah. That was going to be kind of like my couch game. I didn't really want to. I mean, I wouldn't really need that for Fallout on the PC because again, there's probably mods to make it look even better.
Yeah, I mean, it is an update that they kind of rushed out. It seems. I don't know how long they've been working on this, but I'm sure really it'll get patches as it always does to help whatever the problems are. Because I'm not even sure. I didn't really dive into what all the.
It's weird because
people were worried about.
I agree that it probably was rushed out, but I really don't know because this game is pretty old. Like you think this would have came, years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, old game.
But at the same time, maybe it was rushed because there wasn't even like for something like this, like a next gen update for such a big game. You'd think they would have a trailer for it or something. Mm-hmm. They didn't even like have a trailer for this.
Yeah,
like showing off everything. At least I couldn't find one. I was actually looking.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen
account and everything.
Anything like that. I've only heard like rumors about it, and then it just came out today. So
yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. Hopefully there'll be some. If so, hopefully there will be some quick patches that release.
I guess they were kind of riding the TV train, just because it's everywhere right now. So they were like, "Well, we don't got to spend money on advertising this. People are gonna know."
Okay. Yeah. So. Maybe so. Maybe so.
That's what I'm thinking. But shit, that game's. I think Fallout 4 is $10 right now.
Dude, on the PlayStation, it was on sale for like digital, $5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was one of the big reasons why I was like, you know what, maybe I'll get this on the PlayStation.
Surprised you didn't pull the trigger right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I maybe it was I don't even remember the reason, but maybe it was because I wanted to see how it performed.
Yeah.
How this new update was going to be. Like if it actually made it worth it,
True.
But I mean, I guess at the same time, Fallout 4, it's not like a bad looking game,
No, it's
I
not.
never thought so.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I never thought the game looked bad.
No, and I know it had like HD textures that came out like maybe a year or so after it was released.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
So I think, it's just like an overhaul at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe because I know there's going to be a performance and quality mode, so maybe more so just trying to get it to run at 60 frames. But other than all those games, there is another game that we've been playing.
There is indeed.
Yeah, and if you've seen last week's clip, well, I guess this week's clip.
Technically this week's, yeah.
This week's
But last week's one.
Oh, okay, when you hear this, yes. Last week's clip, you'll see that we have been playing some content warning. A game that's definitely been trending lately. In the same vein of like Lethal Company, but with its own twist for sure. That's been a lot of fun. I will say it's definitely fun when you play for those first couple sessions, but then once you kind of learn all the creatures, especially when you have to deal with like that first quota of 3K views, it does get a little boring just to get to like the exciting stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a lot of mods that you can download to make it a better experience, especially if you want to play with a bigger party. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
having a good time with it.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. It's fun. It's just such a slow start with that and Lethal Company because you can't start out with like any of the accessories other than your camera and really shitty flashlights.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could like I'm sure there's a mod that lets you start with cash.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. I feel like that almost breaks it a little bit. Takes away some of the fun of just like earning.
Yeah. It's just that damn 3K quota, man.
Yeah. Well, and part of that is it's slow, and at most you're going to see like a snail and like a spider.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like the first time you play, when you see it, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? It's a snail. Don't let him touch you. Like, it's kind of creepy. But then you're like, all right, snail, get him.
Yeah, he's so slow.
Do something funny.
Yeah.
Hey, snail, what are you doing here? Why are you running after,
Mm-hmm. But it is fun to like experiment with like how to get like the most views. And I guess in theory that is what content creating is just trying to find what the algorithm's wanting.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what, like, I guess the premise of the game is, just going viral.
Yeah.
With just, spooky videos.
Yeah. And we got a few that did like really good. And then we also had some that like fucking ate shit.
Yeah, we still
that we thought were good
haven't quite mastered exactly what you need to do to get the most views.
Yeah. And it kind of tells you, like, in the comments when it's when you're watching the video, it'd be like 130 views for this, and it'd be like, oh, Chris was busting a move right there, or something.
So they definitely like when things like are, I guess, like perfect volume, obviously getting good clips of the creatures, getting everyone in the clips, so it's not just like directed at one person. There's like a bunch of little things like that, but I feel like there's still something we haven't quite mastered yet or figured out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, definitely experimenting. It's pretty much the majority of that game. But the cool thing is you can fucking just do it over and over and over. And it's pretty much fun every time, especially when you got like a really good party.
Yeah, if you got a party, that's really what the game is pretty reliant on.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get past that first quota, though, it like gets pretty hard quick. Like, it wasn't last night, but the night before, we got past that first quota, and they were throwing what we call the robot dogs. They were throwing those giant guys that will like throw you at us, and we're like, damn, okay. I think it was like 2 in a row that we actually didn't make it because we all died. So, yeah, definitely. If you don't know what you're doing, it does get pretty tough. Don't get caught in a maze. I'll say that.
Oh my god, dude!
Which we were doing quite often.
The giant man, that dude, he came out of fucking nowhere.
I know. I don't even know how he fit in there. I feel like he would have clipped through that building.
Yeah. One hit killed us.
Yeah.
We did not stand a chance.
But yeah, I feel like obviously I'm still having fun with the game, but I feel like it's already on that verge of like, I'm ready for something else.
No, I agree.
And Lethal Company did the same thing.
Yeah.
Where it's really fun at first, but then once you kind of do it enough and you've seen all the different creatures and all that, you're like, when you die, you're like, I don't really want to do that again.
I agree.
Or you lose, it's like, we got to start from ground zero. I really don't want to do that again.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate part, is like when you die once, like when your whole party wipes, it's hard to get back on track to get enough views to be able to make the next quota. Like you can get lucky, like in the first quota.
Yeah.
Where we did it in 2 runs.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I feel like for like that latest one, the one that we got the farthest in, was like 320,000 views you needed.
Yeah, there's no way you can do that in 2 days.
And we died twice in a row, so.
Yeah, there's no way you can do that in 2 days, let alone 1.
Yeah. So I don't know what all you need to get those views up, but we weren't anywhere near it.
But again, there's also stuff that I know we haven't figured out yet.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously, we found out that when there's like 2 bunny statues, one will be spelled incorrectly, and if you pick up that one, then it's kind of like you're being possessed. We haven't found out how to get out of that, if you're even able to. But there's a bunch of other just items kind of scattered throughout, so I don't know if they have some type of purpose. I theorized, because there's a lot of just like bones and stuff and just body parts. So I theorized, like, what if you kind of put these all together? Will it create something? Like, will it create like a skeleton walker or something? So who knows? There's got to be some like hidden things like that in the game.
Oh my God, Chris is summoning a demon. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of stuff that we haven't even seen yet, but
may have to watch a video.
Definitely a grind to get up there in the ranks.
Yeah.
But hey, the best part about that game, $7. We definitely got $7 out of that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Nah, it is fun. It's like very fun for the first like 30 to 50 hours, I would say. And then after that, it may lose a bit of the charm. But again, $70, you know, I would say at least play with 3 people. The more, the merrier. If you have mods.
Did you say 70? You said $70.
$7.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
$7.
$7. I thought I said 7. My bad. $7. Again, I would at least find 3 people to play.
Yeah.
3 people total.
That makes it just way better.
Yeah.
Because when I first started it was just Alan and I.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
You know, that was our first time playing it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like just you and I going back to it, it wouldn't be as fun.
Oh, definitely
You're very
not.
limited also when it's just 2 people.
Yeah.
Because you kind of need like a whole crew.
Because you almost everyone has like a role.
Exactly.
You know, you got the guy recording who can also put it on the selfie cam. Most of the time, if you want to get the most amount of views, you'll have someone with a reporter mic reporting. You may have someone in there with like a boom just to pick up sounds better. And I guess those are the major roles. But then you got to have someone with like a flashlight.
Yeah. You know what? I'm surprised they don't have a tripod.
Oh, that would be cool. I could see it in like a future update for sure.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Cool.
I don't think. Maybe it exists.
Well, they would have to come up with what would be the best way to utilize a multi-camera system.
True.
You know, like how would you, if there was a multi-camera system, then I feel like maybe the best way to utilize it would have to be some clip editing system as well. Yeah. You'd have to figure out when that camera kind of comes into the video.
Yeah, true. Or the person with the main camera, they can control when the tripod camera is
like there's a button.
Right click doesn't do anything. So if you were to like control like the tripod camera with the right click and your main camera with the left click, that can maybe do it.
Well, doesn't right click bring it closer?
Oh yeah, you're right. Right. Yeah, it's like the toggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
there's something.
I feel like it'd be pretty easy to incorporate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the game just came out not long ago.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll have some pretty good updates.
I'm curious what updates Lethal Company has got.
I don't know.
Within that time that we haven't played in a while, because I feel like something new had to have been added in.
Yeah, for sure. That's a fun game. Definitely have to look into that. Are you off this weekend?
Yeah. I'm on my long break, brother.
Dude, wait, you know what we need to play this weekend?
What?
Escape the Backrooms.
I'm down, dude. Honestly, you could have named any game. I would have been like, sure.
All right, we're playing Monster Hunter this weekend.
I could be talking into it.
That was just the first thing I thought of.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm not paying like $30 or more for it. Maybe if it's on sale. But no, I've tried so many times to get into Monster Hunter, and but I mean, all those times, to be fair, I haven't played with anyone, which I hear that's like the highlight of those games.
Yeah, that's
playing with a friend.
You gotta have like a party to play that really well.
But still, I just feel like there's just other stuff I'd way rather play.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, we'll have to find some fun games.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely down for Escape the Backrooms because there's a bunch of new levels that we haven't gone back to. We already have that game. I feel like we could talk people into getting it just because it's so cheap.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can resurrect Ken.
Maybe. Actually, you know, it's funny. I haven't double checked it, but usually when I go on my long break that week of, he's always on his week off.
Mm.
So I think he may be off this entire week.
perhaps we got to give him a call.
So, yeah, we need to hit him up. Because he did actually text me back that other day when we were telling him about
oh, really?
content warning. Yeah, well, the next day.
Oh.
But he was working. He was on graveyards.
Oh, okay.
But he did let me know at least.
Cool.
You know, he didn't just like kind of leave
Glad
me
he's
on
not
red.
dead.
Yeah, he's not. He's not unless someone killed him and is just using his phone to cover it up.
For
a little
context,
while.
if this is your first time listening, Ken is our friend, and he has been on a he's been ghosting everybody for about a month now. And that is why we say he is dead, and we need to resurrect him.
Yeah. If you are a longtime listener, viewer, he was on our Armored Core episode. Huge Armored Core fan.
Absolutely. He loves that shit.
Definitely not. But yeah, no. We miss our buddy.
Yeah, we do. Love that guy.
So what is, game-wise, what's like, obviously there's still games you're playing, but like what's next on the agenda? Like what's coming out next for you?
What's coming out next that I'm looking forward to?
Would it be the DLC, the Elden Ring DLC? Or is there something else before that?
That's in June, right?
I think
believe
so.
that's June.
I think it's June.
That would probably be the next thing that comes out. I'm not sure what comes out in May. I'll have to look into that. I do know August is Black Sun Wukong. That's probably my number one.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that was my number one for this year. After Pal World, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that game was just much more fun than anybody anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
But, I would say next would probably be that. I was kind of feeling Stellar Blade up until we just seen it got a 7, so I may hold off. It wasn't never a day one purchase for me by any means, but I was kind of getting the itch there for a little while. I was like, oh yeah, I really want a good action-packed game, kind of like that.
Just play the demo. Try it out.
Yeah.
For free.
And
it's a pretty good chunky demo. Like there's a lot there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like obviously it gives you a piece of the game, but it's not like it gives you a tiny piece and it, leaves out so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get a good grasp of like, hey, this is what this game is like.
Yeah.
So if you play that demo and you're like, the formula just wasn't right for me, then that's an easy pass.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really enjoyed it, then maybe it's for you.
Yeah, maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might check it out. We'll see. I've kind of been in my indie kick right now. I don't know why. I'm just like really into like some indie games. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of just look past them almost.
No, same. Absolutely.
It's just like, yeah, they look cool.
It's weird,
I don't see the obsession, but yeah, they're cool.
It's weird because I feel like indie games are for people in their 30s.
True.
Or just like, upper 20s.
For people that like
just
grew
adults.
up on like that style.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just like, hey, here's a game. You got some that can take you a while. You got some you can beat in under 10 hours. It's cheap. Pick up and play. I feel like that's exactly what I want.
Yeah, and the best thing about a lot of indie games is that they're made to be beat in like, a handful of hours, but also the replayability on those is like hundreds of hours.
Yes.
There's just a lot of those.
And they're made most of the time by like smaller teams, smaller, passionate teams who actually care about their games, and they care about the players and like the feedback, and they actually give a shit about you versus, a lot of these AAA studios.
Mm-hmm. There was one before I'd played either Fury or that one Sorcerer game.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking into The Binding of Isaac.
Oh,
like
gosh.
A world-renowned
Are you just like in a
retro
roguelite mode right now?
In a way, yeah. I've kind of been christened into it.
It's funny. Just speaking of like roguelites and like indie games, it makes me think of those people who like, pick up beer and they're like, yeah, I'm a beer guy. It's like,
literally, yeah.
I'm an indie guy.
That's exactly it.
I've always loved roguelites.
That's how it feels. That's how it feels. I feel like I'm what do they call those guys? Guy with a beard,
A
glasses.
hipster?
Yeah, hipster. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah,
a hipster.
yeah, seriously.
Like, this is me now.
Indie games, kind of my specialist.
Check out my scarf. But yeah, I don't like just from face value. Like if I were to watch a video on The Binding of Isaac, it probably wouldn't be fun. But I kind of just want to try it and see like what it's about because like everybody fucking loves this game. So I went to Steam and I was like, $25. I don't know. So I think
it's $25.
It's like $25. Yeah.
Oh wow! I thought that was a game that I just remember always seeing on sale.
Yeah. Well, this is
just
not
for cheap.
Not on sale. So I think I'm gonna wait until there's a sale. And
Did you G2A it? Did you CD keys that bad boy?
No, I did go to what was it? Game Shark.
Cheap Shark.
Cheap Shark. I went to Cheap Sharks and
Dude,
it wasn't
that takes
on
me
there.
back.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot all about Cheap Shark.
Yeah. I did check that. It wasn't on there, so I was like, yeah, I'll hold off.
Gotcha. Did they already have their spring sale? I don't recall seeing a spring sale, but also I don't get on Steam super often.
I honestly can't remember. Yeah. There was like that FPS sale and like the Fallout thing.
Waiting on the winter summer sales.
Check my wish list.
Oh gosh, y'all aren't gonna get that. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Inside joke.
That's a deep cut.
So yeah, definitely been kind of wanting to play that. Looked into Hades. That's also like a $25 game. So definitely gonna wait for that one.
Is like when people think roguelites, like, hey, what's the best roguelite? I'm sure majority of everyone would say Hades.
Because Hades 2, I believe, is either about to release or has just released. Because
I think that's about to. I don't think that's released
I
yet.
know some people were playing it on Twitch, so I think some people got like creator copies.
I mean, it may have like literally just released.
When I checked Steam, it was like coming soon. So I believe people just got like creator copies or whatever.
Gotcha. I'm surprised you haven't. What was that game called? I'm surprised you haven't like picked back up like Hollow Knight. Tried that. 'Cause that's like one of the bigger indie games.
Yeah.
I know it's not a roguelite, but
the fucking backtracking got me the first time I played it. I was like, ugh.
Oh.
I fucking hate that shit.
That's so interesting. Opinions.
Yeah.
Just because, some people love that about the like Metroidvania genre of game, and then some people hate that. It's just
and
funny.
I think the other part that got me was like not knowing what to do. It's like, so I'm just running around the fucking map, and these enemies respawn every time.
Again, that's just another thing, like that exploration of just like, all right, finding out what do I need to do next? Where do I need to go? Let me backtrack. Some people just love that shit.
Listen, I'm 30. I don't got the fucking patience for that anymore. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like when I had hours on end as a kid, like fucking.
Oh, dude. You would know that
play,
game like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
You would know every little detail.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wish I could. It's going to sound weird. I wish I could go back in time to when I was a kid and like almost like butterfly effect where you like move some pieces and then it affects, down the line. I wish I could like have, instead of buying this game, I bought Castlevania. Instead of buying this game, I bought a really old Final Fantasy and then skipped to where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just am the biggest Castlevania fan. I've beaten every Final Fantasy. I would have gotten into that shit earlier.
You fast forward after buying fucking, I don't know. You bought Resident Evil on release and you fast forward back in time and you're on the side of the road with the sign.
God, I was thinking I fast forward and I'm just like balding and I'm fat.
You started World of Warcraft in 6th grade.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe not do that. Maybe do that, but fast forward every couple years to see how I'm doing. Just to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I just got into, I guess, those type of games just so late. I wish I had that like big brother or cousin who like always played RPGs and then got me into it. But I just played like Mario and just like platformers, which I love those games.
Well, I mean,
but I just wish I would have played.
You just
I
mean
had
like
more
way
diversity.
sooner in life.
Oh, way sooner. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
I guess
obviously,
way earlier. Yeah.
in like middle school is where you started to pick up RPGs, right? Like Fable.
Fable, the very first Fable.
Yeah.
That was when I was still in Hopewell. So that was like 5th or 6th grade, like 05.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's
Final
technically
Fantasy
pretty
10?
early.
Was that like
Maybe
high
a
school
little
for you?
bit, but I still think that was kind of beyond me.
Oh, okay.
You know, Fable was just an easy RPG
yeah.
to get into
Oblivion?
because it's silly,
Mm.
you know. But yeah, definitely Oblivion. That was when I like started to grasp things a little more,
Yeah, same.
you know.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like people our age, or at least probably most of them, were like Oblivion first. Then you're like, oh, this is awesome. Go back to Morrowind. And then Skyrim released, and you're like, holy fuck.
Dude, I will say, I'm sure a lot of people did that and like probably hated Morrowind, but I loved Morrowind.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Morrowind was really good.
Yeah. I don't think I've put in the hours I should have when I played Morrowind.
Because that was when I discovered, I guess, my first little taste of like PC gaming,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously then I didn't have a gaming computer, but
You could run that
if
on
you had
anything now.
a modern computer at that time, you could have ran Morrowind.
Yeah.
But
Because nobody had gaming PCs back in the day.
I mean, that
they
is
were just
true.
all computers.
That is true. I mean, gosh, especially now, they're just giant paperweights at this point.
Yeah.
But that was when I first discovered like console commands, which were
cheat
it's like cheat codes. So that was like the coolest thing. I remember like printing off like a thick just booklet of just like all these console commands.
Dude, yeah.
God mode.
Tilde, God mode.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that honestly, that's a really cool feature for PC games.
Mm-hmm.
All of them had cheat codes out the ass. Gotta love it.
Yeah, gotta. Shit, I thought there was something I was going to say earlier.
Yeah, speaking of like, you wishing you had like a bigger brother that like got you into those games. Well, I had that brother.
You had
That's
that.
how I got into like Final Fantasy and like Grand Theft Auto and all that shit really early.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, even Pokemon. He was the one who had Pokemon, and then I was like, oh yeah, but let me try.
I will say, I did get into Grand Theft Auto really early. Like the first house I can remember, like being a kid growing up at, like I remember we had Grand Theft Auto 3. And then I remember when Vice City came out, like we got it, you know, like immediately.
Yeah.
And Pokemon at that time, like I'm sure I did play the games, but I think it was more so the anime, like the cartoon back then that I was really into. The toys too. I don't even know if I was really into the cards back then. Like I wasn't that kid that like had the expensive cards that then, you know, ended up getting sold at a yard sale or anything. Like I wasn't like sitting on money as a kid or anything.
Yeah, I remember. I think my first memory of Pokemon was there was this like board game in like I was probably 5.
Was it like a Monopoly Pokemon edition?
No,
Something like
it
that?
wasn't Monopoly. It was like their own kind of board game. But I believe it was my brother's, and I just remember like being really, it was really appealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I ever played it, but I do remember we had our dryer like caught on fire, and we had to like move out of that place. And I remember, I think that got like I just remember us throwing it away, and it's like I have a vivid memory of just sitting in a trash bag, and I was like very sad about it.
Damn.
And so yeah, I think that's like my first memory of Pokemon, and then obviously I played the games, and then
Your first
watch the
memory
show.
of trauma.
Seriously, honestly, probably.
That was when it all went downhill for Robert.
Yeah.
Man still hasn't recovered.
If I could turn back time.
He's like, maybe if I get them tattooed on me, I'll feel some sense of happiness.
Yep, just reliving the trauma.
Oh, gosh. But instead, he's just still void of emotion.
Is this life just to suffer?
It's tough.
Yeah. Raymond, my older brother, he called me last week, and he's been playing Skull and Bones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said he fucking loves it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he's also played Sea of Thieves, but he said it's like way different. Like you don't get like a crew. Like you can, when you play online with other people, you basically make a fleet, so everybody has their own ship.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little different in that regard.
Okay.
But he said he's having a lot of fun with it.
Does he ever try and get you to get into games with him?
He tried to get me to play that, yeah.
Oh, he did? And
He was like, come on, dude, it's on sale for $40 right now. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to play it.
Did you tell him a 12-year-old game that it was inspired by looks better still to this day?
I had that conversation with him. Yep. Yeah, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I don't know why, but there's fucking cutscenes when you like dock and shit. I was like, yeah, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah. Immersion kill.
Fucking 10-year-old, or that game's been in production for like 10 years.
Yeah. Canceled, picked back up, hiatus. We hear word 3 years later. We're going to release, push back the date.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that whole thing.
Releases, dog shit.
I know, seriously. No one's talking about it.
Yeah. But, I mean.
Well, I'm glad he's having a good time with it.
He's loving it.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. He's a
that's what I was going to
critic,
say. So, next for me, obviously, Sandland, which got a 9 out of 10. Yeah. IGN gave it a 9. Is it a biased score? Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe so. But either way, I think I'm going to enjoy that. But yes, I'm excited for Sandland. Again, decided that I'm probably not going to get that day one. That would be tomorrow. I want to play Spiritfarer a little bit more. But I did see, and I think this game was revealed like last year, but they released like a really in-depth video. It was like 25 minutes long that I watched today. And it's an Atlas game. It's like made by the Persona team, and you can obviously see that influence, but it's called Metaphor, and it looks sick. Like, it was talking about, like, hey, this person is working on the music, and it shows, like, what, you know, their kind of resume is, like, what they've worked on. This person worked on the designs. This person worked on the background. But you have the team consisting of, like, the people that worked on Persona, obviously, Shin Megami Tensei, because that's kind of the same team. You had people that worked on Nier Automata. What is that anime called? Neon Genesis, Evangelion. Like, it was, like... This game has like quite the fucking stacked resume.
Damn.
Of just people that are working on it. And it just, I don't know, something about it just looks awesome. But that game is called Metaphor. I think it's Metaphor, and then there's something else, but I know the game's called Metaphor. And I think that releases in October. Yeah, I think it's this year in October. So we'll be seeing even more, you know, throughout the year. But the combat looks sweet. It was like a mix of like turn-based, kind of like Persona, and you have these like kind of Persona beasts that you can like release. But, and I don't know how it plays into it, but there's also like an action RPG element to it as well. So I don't know if it's like you can do both, or if it's like optional both, or if it's kind of both meshed into one somehow. But that looked interesting. Again, those kind of, I forgot what they're called. I think he called them like archetypes instead of personas. Maybe that's what they're called. But those look sweet. The characters look sweet. The story sounded pretty cool from what I can remember. And just like Persona, it has like the day cycles where you have to kind of strategically choose, like maybe strategically is the wrong word, but like you're able to choose what you do with your day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, on the way to the mission, like when you're kind of driving there, you can either skip and just get there immediately, or you can be on your ship and like talk to your crew and maybe further those relationships, or you can like do this mini game, which maybe makes you, you know, better at this skill or stat. You know, there's a lot of that. And that was in Persona, which was a really cool, just like mechanic that they added in. Hopefully there's some relationships that you can get into. I'm a sucker for that. But yeah, just, I don't know, the world that they created and what they showed off just looked really sick. Up my alley for sure. With that being said, I still need to play fucking Persona 3. I was excited for that. Yeah.
So
that's gosh, I know that's gonna be I know that's not gonna be as big as Persona 5, but gosh, I know that's gonna be a 60+ hour game.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hit that 20 mark on that.
I know. I need to at least no, because I think that is like a $70 game. Shit.
Oh, really?
I think that was either way $60 game at best.
Still, yeah, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I could just like. I don't think they had a demo for that game, but I wish they had a demo just so I can see if like play that and just see if I get that itch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, either way, that game again was called Metaphor. That looked pretty sweet. Like you said, the Black Myth Wukong, that's gonna be fucking dope. I'm like so confident that game's just not gonna drop the ball.
Oh,
like I don't think there's gonna be any like performance issues. I think that game's just gonna be fucking perfect. And I know that's probably naive of me, but I don't know. I'm just feeling good about it.
Yeah.
Just what they've shown off just looks so smooth and fluid and just optimized and polished.
Yeah, I can say I feel the same way about everything, but the only thing I think would happen would be performance. Like, I think that's the only thing that could happen that would drop the ball. Everything else, though, that game just looks so fucking good.
I can't remember. Remind me. Is this coming out on, like, all platforms?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Aside from the Switch, probably. Yeah.
Well, I mean, please don't.
God.
Please don't.
That shit would have to be fucking 8-bit.
You would have to make a completely separate game that is that game, but I feel like you could maybe do it if you made it a cel-shaded game. You know, if it had, like, stylized graphics like that. But obviously they're not doing that. Yes, please don't release that on the Switch. I will say console-wise, I guess I am more confident with, but yeah, when it comes to a PC release, if you were getting that on PC, yeah, I guess I do kind of worry a little bit. For some reason in my mind, I was thinking this was like a PlayStation game.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it just gives me like PlayStation exclusive vibes. Because, dude, imagine, though, if it was a PlayStation exclusive game, it would be perfectly optimized.
It would be, yeah.
Absolutely perfect. Damn, I kind of wish it was a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and check, but I don't think it's an exclusive on any platform.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I can't remember seeing a Steam page for it.
There is a Steam page.
There is? Okay, then that answers that.
Actually, I'm not certain about a Steam page, but I definitely seen it on the Epic Store the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
So.
Yeah. Either way, I'm very hopeful for that. I feel good about it. And then, oh shit, I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Star Wars. Damn, dude, I sent that shit to you, man. I sent that. I'm an Oracle, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Oracle.
Yeah, Outlaws. Or Outlaw.
Tuesday.
Is it just one?
Outlaw.
Star Wars Outlaw.
Actually, I don't know.
I feel like it's Outlaw because it's based
one.
around the one person. Yeah.
Well, I guess you have a team, though. Are they
True.
the Outlaws?
I don't know. Spoilers?
Star Wars Outlaws. I don't know. But yeah, I forgot about that. Doesn't that come out? Isn't that also around that kind of August, September, October
I think so.
mark?
Maybe,
Damn,
yeah.
We got some good shit on the horizon.
Yeah, we do.
We got some real good shit. Yes, definitely a lot to get.
It's going to be a game in summer.
Yeah, a lot to get excited for.
It's going to be a gay men summer.
Game. Isn't that what you said the first time?
Yeah, I'm just repeating.
Oh, okay.
In case the listener didn't hear it.
Yeah, not gaming, gay men.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have we been going for?
We're an hour, buddy.
That's all I got. I don't know about you. You got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, no, I hit all my bulletin points.
Yeah. No, I didn't have many, but I hit them all.
Save the rest for next week.
Yeah, so much to carry on over to next week for episode 80.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see you with episode 80. This has been episode 79 of the Hardcore Podcast. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
I really need to schedule my next tattoo.